Welcome to the demo for the ChurchPro software. You are new, you have come onto this system, and you're wondering how the system navigates. So I'm going to show you how the system works. So this is the landing page that you see when you log on to the ChurchPro system. If you are new and it's a new application, it's not going to be having any of the information. But the account that I'm using already has some records created in there. So high level, this is a dashboard that shows you all the members that you have as a church, departments, cell groups, funds that you have, as well as how much are in those accounts. And these are demo records that we've captured. Then we also have the members by gender, and we've got the upcoming events that are also listed on this end. On the top, we've got your name here, the initials, the profile, and the logout. And here, this is the button that you use to activate your account. You have to click it, and when you click it, it takes you to a screen where you can now select the package that works for you, and you upgrade that package. But as I explained earlier on, the account that I'm using, it's set on premium. That's why it's saying update account. I'll come back to the dashboard now. So on the left, we've got two icons. This one completely hides all the menu. Let's suppose you're working probably with a smaller screen and you want the full width of the application. You just click it and it hides all the menu items. And at the bottom, this one gives you all the icons that you may want to use. So maybe you still want to continue to see what exactly is there. So it presents the menu as icons. And high level view, just showing you all the menus that are there and what you can do on the application. We've got the membership is the first one. So on the membership, you have got members, you've got departments, social groups, cell groups, attendance and registry. In the departments, for example, you see that you've got a chairperson or a leader for the department, and also the date that that particular department was created. If you want to delete it, you're asked a confirmation message, and you can delete or you can cancel or you can also edit that particular department. Now coming back to social groups, you can still do the same things that you can do for the department and for the home cells. And if you are not sure on how to navigate on the system, there's a user manual that is there on each and every main menu item. So under membership, there's this user manual. If you click it, it opens in a new tab and you can view a PDF format of the user manual. You can even take it to your leaders if you want to show them how the system works, rather than doing it through a demo, because it is screenshots of the system. Going on to the next module, we have got the financial. So on the financial, we have got all these different items. So there is the accounts, and these are the accounts that you capture for each particular member, or you capture them for anonymous donations that you get in the system. Most of our users, the church administrators, are using this particular section to make sure that it tallies with the bank. And as long as it tallies with the bank, they know that they are 100% sure that eventually their income and expenditure statement will be exactly as accurate as being done by an auditor. And this document, the income and expenditure statement, follows the right format that's required by auditing firms. So you can just supply that income and expenditure statement when you're done. Then on the accounts, we've got the currencies. So if you support multi-currencies, you can just capture them in here. It's as easy as adding a new one, like we are adding the Kenyan shillings, and then we tick it. It automatically becomes available for when you're capturing your financials. Then we've got the payment types. On the payment types, you set all the payment types that you use to accept payments. And the reason why we created it this way is so that in future, you can pull some reports that show you how you are collecting the funds, or which payment type is mostly being used by your church members. We have got the funds or ad hoc funds. So these are the different types of funds that you're collecting now the money for. So you can select, is it a donation, is it a tithe, or whatever it is. And to capture a specific fund, it's as easy as coming to the funds, and then you come on you come on to this icon. You click it and it shows you, is it an ad hoc? It's a member payment. If it's ad hoc, you put the amount, you put in the currencies, And you see even Kenyan shillings is also now appearing. You put in the payment type, which we saw on the previous screens. You put in the date as well, and you capture the payment. And when you capture it, the payment immediately becomes available in your funds. And this would be confirmation that you have received the income. And even the bank, when you deposit it, the same amount should also appear. You have got pledges if you do pledges, and then there's also the expenditures. So on the expenditures, these are the expenditure groups which will appear on your income and expenditure statement. So if you have got facilities management, motor vehicles, or any other expenses, be it maintenance, be it salaries, or whatever it is, you would capture the group in here. And you also have the suspended expenditures option available for you. Requisitions, we've got the requisitions as well. So on here, you've got you can create a requisition for a specific expenditure where it follows all the different approval levels that you have in your church. And the moment that it gets approved, it has to be collected. So once it's collected, that's the only time that it will show on the income and expenditure statement. Then we've got some features for bulk uploads. So if there's bulk payments that you're receiving, so let's suppose you were using Microsoft Excel or any other spreadsheet mechanism, or even any other system, you can import all those different Excel formats in here while you're capturing your payments. So these are mainly used for bulk payments, or when you do a bulk fundraising activity where people capture all the payments on a spreadsheet, you just import it. System accepts in a CSV format. Then we've got pledges. A similar thing can also be done on pledges. And we've got the transactions, which shows a transactional listing, just like your your bank account, where you see all transactional listings in terms of income and in terms of also the expenses. Then we've got the income and expenditure statement. As I explained earlier on, it does an export of Microsoft Excel or CSV format for income and expenditure on a month-to-month basis that you just need to use to send to your administrators or the auditors. Next menu that I want to talk about would be the calendar. I'll come back to the report at the end. So on the calendar here, you have got the functionality to create an event. And when you create an event, you can put in all the details, event title, details, which are the notes, when the event is starting and when the event is also ending. And then you go on to say to select the location. Is it on-site, online, or it's both? If it's on-site, you can put in the address for people to know where exactly the event is happening, because you might be doing it at a different venue than your church. Then you can select a color theme that you want for a particular event. And the beauty about this system is that other than just creating an event, you also get the feature to invite either all the church members or a specific group or a specific individual to your event. And the moment you invite them, they get notifications or invitations to say, hey, so and so, you have been invited to this particular event. So the system uses all the details that you would have captured on the membership form. We also have got the communications. So the communications has got announcements, birthdays, and documents. Announcements, when you've got an announcement that you want to make to the whole church, to your visitors, or to a specific individual, you can capture all the announcement in here. And then you can decide to send an SMS or to send via email. And again, you can schedule your announcement. So this means that for your secretarial's desk, they could create announcements for the next 2 weeks and just schedule them. And the moment you get onto that particular date and time, the system will automatically send that announcement to all your invited guests. You have got the functionality as well to set a birthday message template. So in here, you set a template based on the age of the person, and then the system will automatically send a birthday message to that particular person on their day. Documents is also another feature that you have. So on the documents, you can share the documents that you have as a church or as a group with any member that's also registered. And you can set expiration dates for your documents. So let's suppose you are selecting, you select a member, you select an individual, and then you share the documents. If there's no expiration date, the system is going to keep that document forever But if there's an expiration date, the system is just going to do a self-cleaning process where it deletes all the documents that would have expired. Okay, moving on, my next item that I want to explain on the ChurchPro website or ChurchPro software system for any church would be the utilities. So on the utilities, we've got prayer requests, we've got suggestions, church profile, and also the SMS wallet. So in here, that's where you set the main leader for the intercessors so that they receive all the intercession requests that come from your church using this particular system. Then we've got the suggestions. So in here again, we've got suggestions that you view. Individuals or church members have got the functionality to send them anonymously or even to put in their names if they want their names to go through to you as the church admin. Also, we've got the church profile. So on the church profile, you can capture all the details for your church. And then we'll move on to the SMS wallet. So on the SMS wallet now, this is where you load your pace to send all those SMSs that you've been seeing above. You load them in your currency. It loads all the currencies that you have in here that you've selected as the currencies, and then it uses a multiplier or a converter using that particular date and times rate to exchange it, and then it's moved into rands, and you have got your SMS credits that will automatically be displayed here as well. So if you have got any credits, the credits are going to display under this area, the amount that's available, the amount that has been used, and the reload amount that you even reloaded, as well as the amount in its currency. Again, user manual is also available. Then the second last would be the user management, where you have got the users, user roles. I will do another detailed explanation on the user roles because here you need to be very strict and you need to have set it properly so that a person who is supposed to have access only has the access for what they're supposed to have. Otherwise, they might have access to the whole system, which you don't want as a church. So in here, you can create a user role, and there's all these menu items. And under these menu items, you can give them different permissions. So let's suppose for the secretary, you don't want them to create any home sales, or you actually want them only to read home sales, but rather than create. So the creation is going to be removed from them. They will not be able to create. They will only be able to see only what has been created, which is a good thing because maybe you want to control how your church operates. Again, similar things can be done in the financial section where you can say for the secretary, we don't want them to create anything else, but because we do maybe pledges in church, we may want them to create pledges. So they will be having the right permissions only on pledges. Then when you're done, you come in here, you can add the user now or import from the users. And these are the users that will now form part of your secretarial group that you have created. Then last but not least, I'll explain on the reporting. So on the reporting, it's categorized into two different types. There's the membership and the funds. And in the membership, if you click it, there's multiple different types of reports, members by gender, by details, or even members by status. So I'll show you just one of them, and the others you can play around with them while it's using the system. If we come in here, you will notice that we already have the data that's loaded, and the system is automatically moving back from today for the past 12 months, and it's saying in these past periods, you have attracted 94 new members in June, and you also attracted 9 new members in October. So as a board or as the church, you can use these types of graphs to now make meaningful conversations to say, okay, why did we not have more new members that came in September, for example, compared to October? And you can start seeing what you need to do, whether you need to run some campaigns, whether you need to talk to the new visitors, or whatever you need to do to improve your church growth. The system shows you all the different statuses that you have, and in here would be the different names, and you can interact with them. You can send them an SMS as an individual, or you can send the SMS as the whole group, or even to send an email. Then the last item on the reporting would be the financial report. So the financial reports gives the view for income and expenditure, focus on incomes or focus on expenses. So if we focus on the income and expenditure, we it gives us this particular view. And when we come in here, you'll notice that for the past year, we generated an income of 18,000, and then expenses for that particular month in June was 200. So now you can get comparisons to see on a month-to-month basis, comparing income versus expenses and seeing where exactly you have got more income and where again you have got more expenses, so that you can work on increasing the income and also reducing the expenses that you have as a church congregation. So this marks the end of a high-level overview of the ChurchPro software. It's a tool that's meant for you. It's a tool that's developed for you. So ladies and gents, go ahead and try it. Trying it out is free. It's forever free as long as you have got less than 25 members. So there's no need to even talk to the ChurchPro team. You can go ahead on www.churchpro.software, sign up on your own, play around with it, create test results, create test data, play around with it, and make some meaningful things. And yeah, let's go ahead and improve our churches. I thank you.